my gosh, I'm so sorry for this backdrop, guys. Like, I'm so sorry, what? In case you couldn't tell, I'm literally filming this in a hotel room right now, which is actually quite fitting because as you guys are watching this video, I will be in Berlin for the season finale of Formula E. Oh my god, that is not even straight. Oh, this is what you're angled on right now. You are on a layer of towels, which are evidently not even, and this is just not working out. So just bear with me. Technical issues. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, let's try this again. Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another video on my channel. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be a very long overdue Q&A, kind of answering some questions that I've been avoiding, talking about some topics which a lot of you guys have been asking about, and I guess, yeah, just overall catching up with you guys, having a bit of a life update, all of those vibes. As my background probably gives away, I'm literally filming this as I'm away traveling. Funnily enough, by the time you guys see this video, I will be in Berlin. However, right now I'm actually in Leeds, which sounds a bit random. It is a bit random, not gonna lie. Why am I in Leeds, you may ask? I've actually been here presenting a show for university students called Ensley Live. It's a YouTube digital series which basically helps provide you with tips to transition from A-levels to university and like how to navigate all of that. And yeah, it's honestly been so much fun. So I'll link it down below in the description box if any of you guys are interested in watching. Yeah, I guess uni is actually quite a relevant topic to today's Q&A, as I'm going to be discussing things like, am I still doing my masters, what is going on with my gap year, am I still working with Formula E next season, the whole shebang. So we're going to get into all of that in just a moment, but before I do, kind of just sticking with that university theme that I brought in, today's video is actually very kindly sponsored by Sooo Kids, which if you haven't heard about them before, I genuinely can't think of a better way to describe them than them being the best part-time job you can have as a student in London. Like, I literally can't think of a better way to describe them. So if you haven't heard about Sooo Kids before, it is an agency which allows you to become a nanny. Now, as you guys know, one of the biggest reasons that my channel got big was through documenting my university experience and what university in London was like. However, some of the biggest questions that I get with that is like, how do you afford living in London? What sort of jobs can make you good money in London? And this is one that I've recently discovered that I just have to share with you guys. So being a nanny at Sooo Kids actually pays between £9 to £12 an hour, which is such a good rate. And with you being able to work between 9 to 15 hours a week with hours that suit your university schedule and whatever other commitments you have, it's a job which allows you to earn such great money. In fact, if you kind of total those hours which I mentioned with the rate, you can be earning around £600 a month with you just doing a few weekday afternoons. On top of that, you get to work for one of the UK's fastest growing tech startups, and Sooo Kids have such amazing training and customer services, particularly if you are more newer to the nannying field. All of the work is also local, so there are no long commutes. It's such an easy job to get to. So yeah, if any of you guys sound interested in Sooo Kids, I will pop the link in the description box. It's such a quick application process as well, so if you guys are looking for part-time jobs as a student in London, I hope you find it helpful. So without further ado, let's continue with the rest of the video. Okay, so since we've just had a big old uni chit chat, I feel like I'm gonna leave my answer to if I'm still doing my masters a few questions into the video just to break things up a bit. Okay, so starting off with the first theme of questions linked with my dating life, I've had so many questions from you guys asking me, am I enjoying single life? What was the real reason that you and your boyfriend broke up? Are you dating right now? Let's get into that. So obviously, as you guys know, I was in a relationship for a year with, oh, I was about to say his name, that's kind of weird, but yeah, like if you guys watched my videos in the past, you know that I had a boyfriend. We did, however, break up in, I think, like March of this year. And I kind of kept it a bit vague as to why we broke up. I think I just said it was due to lockdown, which was very much one of the biggest factors. But honestly, I think one of the biggest reasons was linked with so many changes and adjustments in my life and just having to figure out how to balance everything. Unfortunately, my partner, oh my god, we're not married. Or am I? God, surprise guys! This video is actually an announcement that I'm engaged. I'm joking. Or am I? But yeah, it just wasn't really working out because we weren't able to see each other because I was in this COVID bubble with my new work, and I was trying to figure out all of these things and trying to balance that with a relationship, vice versa with him doing loads of different things. It just wasn't really a fit. Like, him and I are still chill. If you guys watched my last video, you'll know that we literally went to like the Sundance Film Festival together. Like, we're still friends, but as for now, your girl is single, and honestly, I'm really enjoying single life, especially in this season or this chapter of life which I'm in, because in those times I've had to figure out loads of new stuff in opportunities where I think I would have like lent on my boyfriend. I've kind of just like learnt on myself and dealt with things myself, and I think that that was really powerful in me growing as an individual. So grateful for all of that. That being said, when I am in my flat by myself, I am like, this would be kind of cute with a bay, and you know, I'm kind of transitioning into autumn winter, so who knows. Speaking of traveling all the time, I guess one of the biggest questions that some of you guys want to know the answer to is what's happening with Formula E. So as you guys know, I won Formula E's Open Talent Call, I think in like December of last year, which the prize for that was just to present at the opening race of season 7. However, it ended up turning into a completely different story for me. They ended up asking me to host Accelerate, their digital esports show, and then eventually gave me a contract to present at all of the races this season, which genuinely like still the biggest shock to me, and something which I'm just so grateful for and so blessed with the opportunity. Now, given that all of that happened, a lot of you guys have been messaging me asking, well Derin, are you doing season 8 of Formula E? And now annoyingly, I sound like one of those YouTubers right now, but like genuinely I don't think I can give you an answer right now, because it is literally too early on to say. Like, we're in August and the new season starts in January, so that's quite a big gap. What I will say is that if I was asked to do season 8, I would absolutely say yes, because I have absolutely enjoyed my experience here at Formula E and would love to continue being a part of such an amazing sport, such an amazing community, and continue to grow that in my presenting career and content creation. So who knows? But yeah, regardless of what happens for season 8, I will just say, like, I have genuinely had the best time in season 7, and yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me for it. Obviously I've realized that there's been such a huge shift in my content over the last year, from like uni videos to like electric cars and travel vlogs. But yeah, it was something that I just knew I wanted to document and share with you. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed it. But speaking of things that I definitely know you enjoy, that has always been my university related content, my student lifestyle content, and my London content. So now let's get into that. That big question, which I've been alluding to throughout the entire video, is now of course, am I still planning on doing my masters? Now, for context, if you guys don't know, before winning Formula E's Open Talent Call, I actually just received my place to study broadcast journalism at City University. However, they were unable to give me an offer for this year because the course had already filled up. So they gave me one for next year, which meant that by default, out of my control, I was on this gap year. Now, truth be told, I genuinely did not think I'd be getting up to much at all on my gap year, like career-wise. I did a video on my channel a few months ago, which is actually really nice to watch because I've achieved so many things that I set out to, and it's just like really wholesome. Like, it kind of makes me a bit emotional. But in that video, I kind of set out that I just wanted to like save some money, you know, do some solo traveling at some point to get some independence, and I don't know, like get a driving license. I think that those were like my biggest goals. In terms of career, I literally said if I can get one bit of presenting experience, I'll be so happy. So for me to now have basically stepped into like an entire career, it's kind of like, oh, do you need to do your masters? Like, that is basically what I wanted my masters to be able to like unlock that opportunity. But obviously the talent call and just kind of being more present now within the industry has basically been that catalyst. So that's why I guess a lot of you guys have been asking, am I still planning on doing my masters? Is there any point? I mean, you're already working, you're already earning good money. And the answer to that is, I'm still going to be doing my masters. Look at that, the sun came out as I made that announcement, because for me it's something which I am truly so excited about. Okay, it got really sunny for a hot sec, the sun was just setting, so I had to take a moment to pause. We're back. I apologize if the lighting is different. It's definitely gonna get dark in about 20 minutes, so I need to finish this video quickly. But what I was saying, I think, is that I don't want to allow my studies to actually like prevent me from being able to do work. I'm really committed to hopefully balancing the two well, and I think they're obviously just so complementary to one another that like me going into the industry, knowing what I know from my masters is going to be really helpful, and then vice versa, whilst I'm studying at university, I'll be able to link what we're learning to things that I've seen in the industry. So I'm hoping that will be a really good fit. Fingers crossed it will. But what I am really over the moon about is the fact that I'm going to be able to integrate some more uni/student vlogs back on my channel, which I know you guys absolutely love and they always do so well. So definitely expect to see some week in the life of a university student, day in the life of a journalism student videos. I have decided that I'm not going to do like any study/revision related videos. My main focus over the next year is going to be more of that lifestyle element, vlog elements, and kind of taking you along with me what the experience is like, and hopefully be a bit more broader. So if you're just a student in London, regardless of what you're studying, you can also enjoy my videos and gain some insights and recommendations and tips around the city. So yeah, very, very excited for that, guys, and I hope you will enjoy it all too. If you're excited about me doing my masters and creating more student content again, then hit the thumbs up button and let me know in the comments. But yeah, as you guys can probably tell by the huge smile on my face, I'm really looking forward to it. The next questions I got were to do with like my living situation, and it is, am I still enjoying my flat? Do you think you'll move anytime soon? And are you still planning on moving to New York City? Now, I'll answer the last question first, because if you're new to my channel, you might be thinking like, why would you be moving to New York? So before actually deciding that journalism was the route that I wanted to go down, or presenting or whatever, I was actually planning on studying my masters in strategic communication, which would basically be bridging like one step forward from my undergraduate degree in PR and communications. And to do that, I was planning on moving to New York and hopefully studying at like NYU or Columbia. I always said to myself, in my early 20s, I'll live in New York City, and just figured that like studying there would be the easiest way to do it. Now, obviously, after figuring out that journalism is what I wanted to study, it was clear that the UK would obviously be the best place to study it. But honestly, I am still looking to move to New York before I am 25. My friends and I have actually been like low-key planning on moving there next summer. So after I graduate, between like June and September, just within the 90 days, a normal visa allows you to stay there. We'll just get like a short-term rental, live our best lives in New York. In terms of my current living situation, I am really enjoying it. I'm obsessed with my building and just so grateful and blessed to be able to call it like my home. I always said moving into that building like on my own was like one of the biggest achievements. As I kind of hinted at earlier, I am slightly lonely at times living by myself, and do think that having a boyfriend would help. But as my mum would say, patience is a virtue, so we're just gonna have to make it work. Okay, now onto the final theme or questions which I'm gonna answer in today's video. It's linked with my gap year and how would I rate it, would I recommend doing a gap year, and what would I say the biggest lesson that I've learned over this year was. And in summary, I would absolutely recommend taking a gap year if you are considering it. I cannot put into words, well, I'm gonna try to, but I cannot really summarize to the full extent that I want to how amazing it was to be able to have a year where you can really just focus on whatever it is that you want to do, but know that like if things don't work out, or if you change your mind about something, you still have something to go back to. I think that's probably been the most comforting part of it all. I just also think like outside of a career sense, it's a great opportunity for you to have a downtime with yourself. Sounds cliche, but to find yourself, to reconnect with yourself, see what things truly make you happy, explore new hobbies, meet new people. Yeah, my biggest lesson from this year would probably be to just take opportunities, to follow your dreams. I think the day that this video is going up, actually, I'm doing a brand deal with Adobe, who I'm an ambassador for, kind of linked with this. So I'm gonna actually leave it off here because you guys can go onto my Instagram and watch the reel and get inspired there. But generally, guys, just seize opportunities, live your best life and follow your dreams, because nothing beats the happiness that you get from doing that. Okay, wow, I've successfully managed to be soppy. Would a Derin video be a Derin video if I wasn't? The answer is no. So on that note, guys, I think it is time to end this video. But I have absolutely loved talking with you all. Sit down videos like this are genuinely my favorite to film. Only when it's been overdue though, because I feel like we can fully just catch up. I can tell you everything going on. I do appreciate that this video is probably going to be a bit long. So if you did stay to the end, I love you so much and thank you for watching. Back to what I said at the start of this video, it is sponsored by Corey Kids, so if you would like to check them out, I will have them linked in the description box down below. I'll also link the show which I'm shooting here in Leeds down below, which, speaking of which, I should probably go and finish learning my lines. So that is all for today's video, guys. I love you more than you can imagine. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to catch up with me between my next upload, remember Instagram is where I'm most active. Follow me on my Instagram, and yeah, I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Mwah. Love you.